What's good, y'all? Welcome back to your favorite weekly episodic King of the Hill Championship Saga. This is Wanted. Bleach. It's your boy Jig and your boy G-Man Gloku. That's I keep forgetting. And we're about to cast some fire-ass Rebirth of Souls because this one may be funky with the bracket we had going down, but it's still going to be fun. G-Man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for that wonderful intro, Jig. Yeah, the Start GG is kind of acting up, and so we had to kind of do the brackets manually. This is what it's looking like right now. Heliaster on top, you know, waiting for the challenger. We're going to play with Drops, who won Nikito's tournament. He got invited, and the other three all qualified from the ladder. We had top three qualifying this week. So Lunar Resonance can fit your old name in there. I'm sorry. Trikezer and Ad09. I love seeing 4 different flags out there, and we're starting to see more and more top tiers in this bracket. I mean, 2 players are returning players and drop their mains for Cayenne here.
Imagine, no more Cayenne. I mean, more Cayenne for these boys. No more Rangiku, I should say, for Trikezer, and no more Aizen / Renji for Sudrop. We're all adapting to the new shifting of the meta that is apparently Mr. Steal Your Turn may be the one to take a Wanted Bracket Championship. But we'll have to see. I mean, Trikezer and Ad09 are not strangers to the Wanted number 1 contenders qualifiers, but I'm sure they're going to have some new tricks up their sleeve. Cayenne versus Nell is going to be a very funky matchup, judging how turtly Nell is and how very aggressive Cayenne is.
Yeah, yes, sir. But I mean, Cayenne can contest Nell's neutral. She's got very big normals. So does Cayenne. Cayenne's got a big range. So it's gonna be a battle for neutral. At the end of the day, it's gonna be who gets the hit because both characters are capable of big damage. I think like Cayenne has some interesting frame traps. Nell has some aura she can farm and then be just ready to unleash that aura for big damage. But at the core of their movesets and their strengths are those big normals and the ability to reach your opponent before they can reach you. I guess most characters, that is the story for both of these characters, but against each other, they both got big buttons.
Big buttons do pay the bills, and one thing I'm certainly willing to see is how well Nell can challenge Cayenne from a distance. Because I will definitely get into grave detail why Cayenne is one of the more annoying characters when it comes to this game. But with Nell, I think she, more than any other character, has more than enough tools to deal with them to at least keep him at a considerable distance, maybe lock him down so he has to play a lot riskier. Because Cayenne players, they have a lot of confidence, a lot more bravado than I say Bankai or Dangai Ichigo mains have, because they feel like he's a free win character. And honestly, with the way that there's an influx of them online recently, maybe it's just me, but maybe he's going to shift the wave because we're locking in to our first match of the night.
Yes, sir. No surprises in the character picks. We do have Cayenne on Drops. He prefers the Aroniero skin. Didn't know that about him. And then on the other side, we do have Enel. We do have Lunar Resonance. Also with the Arankar outfits. 2 alternate costumes. Let's see how this pans out.
All white affair, Sudrop's 1-on-1 with Lunar Resonance starting off hot. I like that. Now, it's great that Luna got the first hit, is that now do we see if Sudrops is going to be more patient as well? I was trying to figure out. I'm just trying to gauge. Is he going to be like aggressive against Nell knowing that she has a Sarah to pop at a random time? Or does he just go in with heavy tilt?
Well, the Sarah, for it to be popped, Nell does need the 2 health bars, and right now she doesn't have it, so you don't have to fear it. Also, I don't think you, in general, want to pop it before Awakening, especially because Nell is just the character that gets the evolution gauge the fastest. Look at how far ahead she is, and both players are playing this perfectly. They both popped white, they're both like finishing their combos, but Nell is just that far ahead in their evolution gauge.
Cayenne is a close second, fast enough. How fast these guys early game rounds go compared to everybody else is blistering. Like, this is probably how the game was initially intended, and then now we got people like fighting for 3 minutes and nobody's taking the stock. Now we're already popping an evolution. Luna goes first. Now the horsey is going to be a lot more dangerous.
You might be spitting. Maybe Nell does not need a nerf to our evolution gauge. We just all need every character to match that speed. So this is going to go a little bit faster. I do agree. This is a game where often you are just wasting time and waiting for that sublimation or that evolution to pop. Because taking a life before then can be useless and can actually sell a game. This is insane, by the way. That is Cayenne's flash attack string, and it is safe on block against a lot of characters. If your character is now one of those that has a really fast jab, you can just smash triangle, which is something no other character can do. It's always unsafe, except if you're Cayenne.
With the buff of having disgusting range on every button he presses, when do you go in on the boy? Oh, it's Mr. Steeler turn. Time and time again, and now he gets popped into the flow state. Now I love this thing, and I also hate it at the same time. Whenever he goes into Sig, all his moves are buffed, but the only one you care about is a fully charged heavy tilt, and an even better DP SP1. One touch is going to do Luna in, which he does land, except the throw does better.
Weird how the two throws clash there, and Luna actually got the best of it. No throw tech. It's just like Luna won that. But great read on the DP, you know, calling out Luna's buttons and going, no, you're going to try to take your turn here, but guess what? I still have a reversal.
I do respect how counter-heavy Sudrops is playing. A lot different from his like Aizen and Renji. Okay, on second thought, maybe playing defensively with Aizen and Renji is teaching him how to play defensively with Cayenne, because Cayenne's love to be over-offensive. You see how he's just gauging his distances, knowing when Nell's going to go in with a chase stalk or two, and now she has no resources to go in, and now he can just snap on her.
Yeah, spending the level 2 there for some big damage, but of course Nell reaches the sublimation, so she can make this fight kind of fast if she can just get the soul break. Says one soul break, then that means you don't need to get a second soul break, whereas Sudrops is gonna have to get a soul break here to get the 5, even if he reaches sublimation, because yeah, there's no 6 stock kill for Cayenne at all.
And remember that once that soul break goes down, then he decides to spend his meter for that PND rock, otherwise known as Peshe and Dondochaka. With the disgusting damage they do, it's going to be really hard for Sudrops to make a comeback. No reawakening for them. Reawakening characters cannot rely. You can't challenge like that with that arrow. And Sudrops takes advantage.
Yeah, that arrow makes the string safe, but Luna must have tried to do something afterwards, so got caught. Can't challenge it like you put it. Goes for the flash step, tries to bait a button for the perfect flash step there, and farms some more aura. Has a lot of meter. You know, that arrow could come off at any time, and that arrow would be enough to get the kill, but you gotta find the perfect place to do it.
Well and truly. And I'm certain that Luna's gonna burn it for the last health bar. There's another one, followed by a flash step to get the kill. And with all that meter, all that bar, that's, like I said before, final round is when Luna decides to spend all the cash, the resources come in. Because normally people are greedy, not this one. Sudrops has to play around it, maybe find a way to bait it out with Cayenne. Because he does not need to lose a full health bar, or half a health bar I should say, just by making one crucial mistake. But a heavy like that could be the start of him going in on the girl just to at least take more with the soul break. Not enough.
Not enough. And this is actually doable right here for Luna Resonance. If she gets this arrow, here it comes. Because Nell is on Spirit Drive. This is a lot of damage. This actually combos. He didn't get the combo there. Why?
Get off, but then tried to go for a reset, punished with the long range stab. Heavy tilt just do everything for you. It pay your bills, it gets you championship points, it gets you a game up in this set. Sudrops, really good punish.
And that was Sudrops with game 1, which is not what chat predicted. Chat had 100% predictions on Luna, but not a lot of people voted, so all good, all good. Let's go into game 2. Do we get the 2-0? The clean sweep? This is only a first to 2. Or does Luna clap back? Do we get the tie? Do we get a real set on our hands?
I think we can guarantee a clapback very soon. Nells are very good at adapting, I've learned. So that's why they probably bet on Nell up first. They do not lead. They're more of marathon runners. They know their stamina. Because the best way to fight a Cayenne is to let him burn himself out, if that makes sense. Because he is a sitting duck, kinda, when he's not activating his flow state. Good white reverse. We can
I see what you mean.
No.
I see what you mean. I think like he still has those big normals, of course. So sitting duck, maybe an overstatement there. Oh, it turns out Nail can actually punish in her base form. You could, he just did his whole flash attack, which is, you know, safe on a lot of characters for some reason. But this right here, this is a very powerful move in his flow state. It is not plus on block, which a lot of Kayans use it as if it was. The thing is, very often Kayan will outrange you. Like, the spacing just does not work in your favor. You cannot press a button. But if you're Nell, not in your base form, but once you are awakened, yeah, just go ahead and press a button. You're going to reach him, because this is a battle of big normals.
The range can seem very funky to make people think that it's a frame trap. I even fall into that trap myself. Because whenever you're mashing heavy from a distance, you think, oh, it's still my turn, and for some reason you lose, even though it's possibly negative. It's very weird. So he's playing the ranges very well. It's weird that a character without a projectile benefits from being full screen because of that heavy tilt. But the fact is, Nell can consistently get punishes like that. Hers may not be as long as his, but Luna can definitely take advantage of her long enough normals. It's time to go wake.
Yeah, so far, very predictable game. You know, we got a Nell evolving first, as she does. Kayan not far behind. Health-wise, there's not a big lead on either side. So it's been kind of a standard game so far. Big read there from Sudrops, but no surprises so far, I would say.
Pretty standard game. She goes first, he goes next. I would say that the punishes would work a lot for Luna, especially since Luna knows that Sue is going to try bait options more, but for once Sudrops decides to play a bit aggressive and try to go in with the light. Just to test the waters a little bit, can you dip your toes in? The answer was a resounding no, and Luna is taking all that real estate in tow. Chase Stalk with the throw, but the flash step afterwards. That was very bait and punish. You'd think he was playing Tozen.
Yeah, a little bit slow on the punish after the whiff throw. And that gave Sudrops enough time to do the flash step there. It was a good bait from Lunar Resonance, but maybe didn't believe in it enough. And so ended up being late when trying to punish it.
Yeah, it was all a matter of speed in that situation. SP2 extension for once. Considerable enough damage, had to take the throw. Playing the distances very well. Oh, better from Luna. That has to be a first. That's probably what Luna was looking for the whole set. The soul break is imminent. It has to be on this next touch, which is definitely found. But not enough to extend. Thank God you had enough reverse. Thank you. I was going to be so mad if that didn't work.
Yeah, so Luna going for a quick 4 here means now Nell is going to have to take 2 soul breaks. That said, this is kind of the reverse of last time, where Kayan is about to get sublimation. There it is. So Kayan is going to go for the 5 kills here. And while Luna has to get the soul break with Nell, Kayan is not going to have to do that after this health bar is gone.
Yeah, Kayan is not relying on the 2-touch if he loses. Because I believe Kayans normally like doing like the 2-3-4 method. Normally they do not like doing early soul breaks. And
really?
Like, by the time they already evolve, they can just consistently go for like a 3-touch early kills because of how fast he gets evolution. Not as fast as Nell, but fast enough. To the point where you're just consistently asking, where is my health bar? Because he wins neutral so consistently. Right. Text the throw, and now Luna's trying to find the next spot.
Yeah, I guess if you're that far ahead, you know, and you're used to being that far ahead as Kayan, then you're either like time wasting like crazy and playing optimally like that, but like you kind of get bored, I guess. I didn't know this, but I guess the Dodonchaka Sero only combos if you do it raw. Like, you can only combo after it if you do it raw, because this is the second time that Luna was not able to combo afterwards.
Has to be relying on the reset. It's definitely something worth the lab. The raw unscaled damage is disgusting from those two.
Oh, yeah.
P&D Rock do be rocking people's skulls like that. But the follow-up, because the block and punishes are very strong from Sudrops. Goes in with the throw. Luna's like, don't touch me. Personal space is not being exercised. Sudrops is trying to find the space to go in with the throw. Had to blue reverse. That was going to be his last shot. And she still forced the soul break, so I'm not necessarily sure he had to, because he still would have had a second chance, because she doesn't have meter to do that Sarah again. But yeah, she does have chase stuff to go in.
Yeah, 100% not enough meter or resources to go for it. This is going to finish it, though, and that is going to be Sudrops with a quick 2-0 over Lunar Resonance. What a way to start this bracket.
Glorious way. Strength in a new top tiers form. Sue drops our first half of our number one contenders match as we advance to find our next. Look at him flexing with the new top tier. I never thought, like, he's really one of those people who believes in what Sanford Kelly of the MVC side says.
What is this?
Okay. Hi, replay. That is not gameplay.
There's some clip you guys did.
Yeah, guys, so we're going to go into this game here.
Oh
Sip the water. Sure, I guess this is Sue Drops
forgot
winning.
to
Sue
move.
Drops is now this guy.
I forgot
But
to
the
move
more of the
clips.
story, well, I don't know what.
I'm
Sue
sorry.
Drops wins. Oh,
The
Yeah,
production
Replay
is
did
always
you all the way
perfect.
wrong.
Nothing ever went wrong with production. You know, nothing ever went wrong. We're good. And yeah, let's get the next match started. This is the next game is going to be Trikezer versus Adonine. Two very familiar faces to Wanted. If you guys been on Wanted before, you probably know them.
yes, truly. Trikezer. I think he's been in every Wanted so far, and we're 3 deep already. He was fighting in the first one. I think he fell in the qualifier before he got to number one contenders. That was GX versus Vulpix. And the second one, he didn't qualify. He just barely, just because of one loss, he couldn't make it. But now is this chance to possibly be the favorite to fight Hilly 2-time in the future, unless Sue Drops can outpace with his Cayenne. But I'm trying to see how differently they play, because Trikezer is very good with his fundies.
Yeah, for sure. And also very good with the fundies is today's Matcherino, which still has a ton of claim codes left with 32. Shoutouts to Sue Drops dropping that Matcherino link in chat. So if you guys want to go for it, it's the link's right there. Just click it, log in with your Twitch account or whatever you have, and click the claim code button, that blue button right there. And you put money into the prize pool for free by claiming them codes. It is free money that goes into the winner of today's event, and that way we keep making top players join Wanted, and you guys keep getting top tier action for Bleach.
Chop it up, y'all. The motivation for the players. This could be you possibly playing in one of these future brackets. And the next time you're like, why isn't the prize pool high enough? We'd be like, yeah, because you didn't donate, God. Here's your chance to actually prove for a karma and hit that claim code button for absolutely free. Don't cost you a damn thing. Log in 1, 2, 3, and you can come back to chat and enjoy some more high-level action. Up next, Trikezer going one-on-one with Adonine. Adonine, a known Ikaku main from last week, but with the new guy Trikezer on this Cayenne, I'm still mad, bro. He's gonna drop Rangiku. I raised that boy because I love that Rangiku. And now he's like, nah, I gotta sell my soul to the money. I can't hate, but I'm also still mad.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trikezer, you know, he can't really complain because he did take Rangiku as far as that character would go, I think. And so, you know, he's getting a well-deserved rest and a well-deserved taste of what a top tier feels like. And here's a second Cayenne of the day. You know, people found this character, and now here it is. I'm trying to take the cursor away. Take the cursor away. Thank you. All right.
Oh, that was definitely a cursor. It's
My
cute.
bad.
Mine is just like the Zangetsu thing because PC, but that one, I'll trade your cursors. All right, Trikezer, Adonine. Second half of the number one contenders. Adonine, of course, staking on his Ikaku, and Trikezer trying with his new Cayenne, early white reverses, because you have to get evolution faster. I expect this to be a long, stabby, rangy matchup.
Oh, yeah. You know, Ikaku is a character that has a lot of range, but especially after Bankai. Until then, the range mostly comes from his signature move, and signature moves are usually combo enders for Ikaku. I mean, on strike back, he can do some stuff, but not a ton. There you go, another strike back.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I see the fadeaway! Bro is consistently on him. It's not every day you see a Cayenne get punished like that.
He's dancing on him, baiting buttons out, you know, moving in and out. This button, like, has a lot of range. And on strike back, I don't think it gets anything. Ikaku, for those that don't know, has 3 follow-ups to his stance. One is a parry. You will know it when you see it. The other one is that stab, long-range stab. It is unsafe if done from up close, so you have to space it out correctly. And the other one is a sweep, that this one right here is plus on block, but there is a gap, so that's a good opportunity to DP as Trikezer just did there.
It is pretty difficult to land it, but it's good to note that he uses his SP bar to normally buff up his stances, especially his SP1 is just a buffed up version of his signature move that he can just get extra follow-ups on, and he has a guard point on it, which is basically armor. It's nerd talk for armor. First evolution is out.
First evolution is out, and it is unsurprisingly top tier privilege. Kyan gets it first. Adonai might actually fall here without popping his evolution. And that is bad, because when you take stocks, when you lose stocks, your evolution gauge goes up by a lot. And if you didn't pop evolution, that means you make no progress towards your sublimation. So this is big for Trikezer here. Might have sealed the deal for the first match already.
And especially to note the fact that Ikaku is heavily reliant on his damage. With that dragon meter, because like you got that dragon meter, you see that meter just popped up. The more hits and the more damage he does, in the long run once that meter is full. It is dangerous to be against him on defense, but with the challenges that Trikezer is doing, sure he's not fearing this giant butcher knife. I don't think he cares too much. Going in again with the SP2, does he follow up with a mix? He's tried the sidestep because he doesn't want Ikaku to do Ikaku things, still gets hit.
It's such a fast option there. That is part of the stance. So that is his level 1 super. Puts him in an enhanced version of the stance, and he can still do the 3 follow-ups. The plus frames, the dash, but just as you just saw, the dash is very quick and goes very, very far. That's what the enhanced version of the stance looks like. That's his tilt strong right there. It dances a little bit, but unfortunately it doesn't give him anything. Not even on strike back, which feels a little bit unfair given what some other characters get from their tilts.
And nowadays Mbanka is also challenged a lot with his lights. He's not as shimmy as he was when he was out of Awakening, but he's still going in with the pressure. Goes in with the lights, easy combo. This time he's patient, waiting out something. Adonai doesn't get nothing. Adam on the defensive, and he still gets his punish afterwards. Trikezer has lost neutral like 3 times in a row. Now he's in deficit. Can he get the sliding weight?
Oh my god.
And no flash up because he has no meter. He's still going in.
Yeah, and he just buffed up his stance options, went into sublimation in the middle of this, and the reason why you're not seeing so much shimmying is probably because he just has a lot better range now, so he can outspace Kyan, at least his quick attack buttons, you know? And so, like, he doesn't have to rely as much on the shimmy, he can actually rely on some of his other options. Oh, baits the throw, that's perfect from Kyan. Don't think it's going to be enough to finish him off. Not quite. But this is going to be enough to get that quick 5. And now, Ikaku, all you need is a quick 4, which means you just need to get him down to 30% health. The question is, can you do it with that sliver of health you have left?
6 gone. That dragon meter is pulsating. And he doesn't even need to waste time with that full destruction. He just needs to consistently win offensively. Frame trap off the soul chain. We're still going in. Chain reverse afterwards. All the heavies. Look at all the damage he does. And that's because that dragon meter is full. If that was on empty, he'd have to win neutral more. Busts off the SP2. Goes in with the heavies. Does Trikezer challenge? He does. Still has to go for soul break. Close to sublimation. Spirit drive activated. But he's still forced to get that big number. Goes for the red. How does he get this? All that damage.
Goodness. We saw Optimals back to back. First Adonai with that big yellow starter, and then it was Trikezer's turn to extend his combo with his own yellow reverse and bring it to a close. This was a closer match than he looked at the start. It definitely started in Trikezer's favor. He was winning this hands down, but then at the end there, we saw what optimal play from Ikaku looks like, and he almost brought it back. This is an exciting set now.
So close. Ikaku was showing he's not afraid of Kyan plus frames like whatsoever at all. In evolution, out of evolution, just dropped the bait and punish for full aggression. And just when he thought he almost sold because he didn't pop evolution like early, which is pretty much Kyan things because he really kills people very fast. We almost thought he lost and he almost made his way back. Can he actually keep that momentum, or will Trikezer just straight up advance? Because he's 1-0 up. Adonai's on the back foot.
Adonai needs to adjust here. He's the one that has the pressure on. Pops the white immediately. But guess who catches that? Big Trident normals. Poseidon himself couldn't reach you there, but Kayan can. And with the strike back, he's going to go into a mix-up situation using the plus frames. And Trikezer does not know when to press a button on that string. And that is Ado9 knowledge checking you with Ikaku. Ikaku is a strong character, not a very common character, so a lot of players don't have the matchup knowledge, and I think Ado9 can definitely take advantage of that.
Call him cautious, but he's a bit too cautious with how many times he's let his guard gauge whittle down to like 25%. Not knowing is something that Ado9 is going to take full advantage of, as you can see here. Now he's just like wondering if Trikezer is going to be aggressive, and he realizes he doesn't. Now it's his turn to go back in. SP2 off the cancel, tries for the plus, and Trikezer took his option. Even though it looked like it's still not his turn, he still went anyway, got the punish on Ado9. Now he's getting a bit angry with how that's going, still gets hit.
Yeah, he was baiting with the stance, and finally gets the counter. Telling Keezer that you cannot just press a button when I'm in my stance. I will press the counter. I know how to do it. But yeah, I mean, Trikezer's guard was getting damaged over and over. He had to do something, and he chose the right moment to get out of it there. So now it's Ado9's turn to adjust and throw him back. And this time, Ado9 actually got the evolution first. But kind of at the same time as Kayan. So they're both going to go into evolution at the same time. This is looking much, much better for Ado9 already.
Better than the last match for sure. Like losing early stocks when you haven't even popped is basically a recipe for loss. Now that he does it, he can definitely fight his way back in. He should be a lot more confident with being more plus, having more confidence in his stance, baiting him for a range if Trikezer decides to go for a full screen heavy tilt, because I feel like that's not really an option, knowing that Ikaku is going to be brave. Trikezer is just going to be a bit more offensive, which he's trying with the bait and switch. Never mind. He can switch up the strategy.
Okay, goes for 3 here. We didn't see this last time from Kayan. He's going to go for 3 kills. He's not going to go for Soul Break at all. He's going to go for 3 different Keycon moves. Yep. We'll see if that strategy pays off. It is definitely a choice. And, you know, sometimes taking that little bit of 30% health, that costs a lot of resources. And right now, look at that. One touch, you're one touch away. Oh my god, he baited it immediately. The white! How is it white? Bro got hit. He
didn't get touched at all. So apparently in between those frames, the game gave him an opportunity to get his positive bonus on his awakening meter. Clearly Trikezer is a bit mad about that, knowing that he definitely pressed the button just to bait out a blue reverse. Be more offensive. That's more souls gone. The next one, he can just get an early kill, no waste for soul breaks, because Kains just don't like doing that. Now Ado9 is the one that has to get in on him, which he does. Light attack, got meter. Does he go in? Yeah,
he can finish it right here, because he can get 6 stocks if he has full dragon, which he probably will by the next time. So 6 stocks on a soul break means actually 5 stocks without soul break. So watch that 5. It's yellow right now, but as that red bar fills up, great parry on the stance there. And the plus frames are armored.
Ooh. Still not your turn,
parry.
Trikezer. Still not your turn. Consistently, every time he knows that it's not his, it's mine. Ado9 is still going in. He's not even going to try waste time for a throw. What I love about these guys is they're doing everything off of pure footsies, no throws at all. Forced to pop a flow state, trying to get some offense in because Ado9 is going a bit too crazy. The classic from base form, the backdash, but he still get hit by the DP.
Yes, sir. Shoutouts to Dunk for the big sub. Appreciate you, my guy. And as you can see, the yellow 5 has now turned orange as the red bar is full. Here's the flow state. Here's the optimal combo. We've seen this for like the 3rd time here. Trikezer has this on lock, and he's now 1 touch away from winning, but so is Ado9. It comes down to this. 1 touch away, and the players know it. There's the flash step. No punish.
Full steam ahead. Next on the Lance's Karma got it, but Kain's got like 100 on EX. Ado9 got nothing, but he does got reverse, so he can just bait out with a perfect flash step if he wanted to. Full offense, no throws, just jabs and tills, but he does get the light afterwards. Follow up with the Keycon. Look who tied up the set. That boy, Ado9.
It is 1-1 in this first of 2. Ado9 finds the hit, brings it home. And just like that, we're going into a game 3. That is huge.
Final game. Next one who wins becomes number one contender. That adaptation. These are adapting, very adaptational characters, very adaptational players. I mean, one came off of Rangiku, and the other one out of 9, he's sticking with the Ikaku. He's got to be the Ikaku when it comes to this scene, and I love it. All this just pure Street Fighter footsies in a Tekken-based game, and barely. The last time we saw a throw was in like game 1, and they're just locked up and just jabbing each other with their raw buttons like this. I love it. This next match determines who gets to fight Sudrops in that number one contenders match, and Sudrops is gonna have his work cut out for him because both of them know how to bait people out. Both of them know how to lock the heck in.
Yes, sir. If I was in chat right now, I would be wondering, wait, have I claimed the code yet? Because that match was too sick to not have claimed the code. So go ahead to the match arena, and while you're there, guys, you can vote on who wins the set on the predictions.
Donation for our beautiful players who are just putting on a show and a clinic for you. And also having fun while doing it. Ooh, not every day that you see people shimmy like that. I feel like just walking back and forth to bait options is very underrated because you're just antsy on when somebody's gonna swing just like that. We dash in with stances and we don't even bait anything. We just mash light while we're waiting like that. Ado 9, nothing but Brave V Trikezer. Still trying to find his advantage. He's close to killing him, so he can find it here.
Keezer has hella advantage in the evolution gauge in this match, and hella advantage in the health department too. He's gonna actually go for a 2-kill here. Very rarely do we see this, the 2 stock. But this is still a 3 hits game for him. I guess he's just trying to deny sublimation here from Ikaku, because Ikaku not only gets the 5 stocks when he reaches sublimation, with a full bar he can get 6, so by denying all of that, you know, getting the kills early, he's not building towards any of it. And by the way, even though he lost stocks, Kyan still built evolution first. That's insane.
He always does. Never falters in doing that. It's always him before theirs. Just how Kyan likes to play the game. Especially how consistently he just wins neutral. You'd think, because Awakening was supposed to be built like a pseudo comeback mechanic as well, right? The more hits you take, the more stocks you lose, the higher it does go. But I guess Kyan just has that privilege. Kyan just deserves it because he's just that damn good. People thought he wasn't going to be in this game, and now he's here. But it doesn't matter because Ado 9 with this Ikaku can take crazy stocks if he does exactly what Kyan's game plan is all based around, which is just consistently being on your opponent. Been a while since we've seen you throw. Thanks for coming back.
Yes, sir. When they're rare, it's when they're hardest to tech. Isn't that right? And that's going to be a quick 3.
Correct.
Leaving Ikaku at 4 stocks, and you can take 4 stocks with a 30% kick on move if you reach sublimation. If not, you're gonna need that soul break, but by the time you get there, surely you'll have sublimation.
Oh, punish. Very nice. And he was forced him to pop blue. He could have just taken that combo. He didn't have the meter for it. It's good to note that even if Kyan loses stocks here, to follow up on the fact that you'll just take 4 straight up, Kyan he never has to burn Soul Break. Wow, that was scary. He never has to burn Soul Break at all. He can just go for an early kill. And he got the damage for it too. He just needs to build up the EX. Great white reverse, but a better flash step. And once he does that, it's going to be really hard for Ikaku to come back because it'd be one touch for death and Trikezer couldn't move on. Now he's being a bit more cautious. The stance was great, but the DP is better from Trikezer.
Yes, sir. Sublimation about to be built on Ado 9's spot. He didn't parry this one. He's been so good at parrying those approaches, especially with SP1, which freezes the screen for a little bit, gives you enough time to react to what your opponent is doing, letting you choose which option to go for. But Sublimation is now built, which means 5 stocks are a possibility. He's probably just going to go for the 4 as he's about to build that red dragon gauge as well. Goes for the flash step, gets punished!
Oh, got him! GG! Ado 9, that was a glorious attempt. Bro dashed all the way in trying to challenge a flow state. He was adapting too well, but it was too little, too late. 2-1, Trikezer to the #1 contenders.
That was a wonderful, wonderful match from the 2 players. Ado 9 showing us how strong Ikaku is, I think he's, like you said, the #1 Ikaku player. Like, if you want to learn Ikaku, watch what this guy is doing. Trikezer showing us that Kaien is broken, but now we're going to find out which Kaien is more broken. Sudrops versus Trikezer might be a mirror match.
Sure. I mean, technically, it's Arenero versus Kaien because of the skin 1 pick, so it's basically good versus evil.
Good
we
versus
see.
evil.
Sudrops do
We
play
know
the
who
evil.
lost in Bleach. You know? we know
Yeah, we
who
do.
lost in Bleach.
Both of them, but it's like, it's going to be an exciting match because they play drastically different Kaien. Like I said, with Trikezer, he's very adaptational because it's his Rangiku knowledge, her being the mid-range mommy that forces people to play footsies, and with the defensive players that like Aizen and ranging defensive characters, I should say, it basically forced Sudrops to bait and punish very well rather than be overtly angry Unga Bunga with the buttons. This is actually going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see who moves on because either way, it's going to be a great Kaien.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a great Kaien, and I guess Ilyasar already knows who he's going to be fighting against.
He does?
I mean,
Who is
he knows which character he's going to be fighting against, at least.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a Kaien for sure.
Call the player.
No. I'm not calling the game just yet. Not just yet. I'm calling you to claim those codes on the Matcherino, though. Because we only got 30 left. And it'd be great to see these gone before the main card. Because that way we bump up that prize pool, motivate the players a little bit more. And just like that, folks, we might get a banger main card winners finals. But let's see what happens in this next one. Because we're about to have potentially a Kaien mirror. And it is now a first to 3. So it might be long. Who counters Kaien? Asks Rekif in chat. I think Kaien is not the #1 character in the game. So any top tier. I think Nell is a good counter, honestly. She's one of the, but it didn't work earlier.
Maybe it was just interface a bit too much for him to like counter. For like Luna to figure out.
Maybe. Potentially. But let's get into this one game. We are indeed going to get started with a mirror match. It's going to be Aronero versus Kaien. So basically Kaien twice. And we'll see how it evolves though. Like this is going to be interesting to see who goes back to their main. Who goes to Rangiku or who goes to Aizen first, right? Or do they have other counter picks here?
You know, Sudrop's got a whole lot of counter picks in his back pocket. It's why he picked the evil version. And I love also that out of any other character would have a mirror match, at least their costumes are drastically different. One white with the costume, one all black, because other ones just have slight tilts with them. So at least you can tell the difference between the characters. Grimjaw mirrors are just traumatizing me. It's like, which one's blue, which one's white? Sudrops, hot early. Burn all is reversed, he got white, and he's definitely taking full advantage of Trikezer, who is just getting mollywopped so far. He tried to challenge in between, but it didn't work out too well. Now he's on his way to getting another white reverse.
And if Trikezer does not pop his white reverse, he's going to be losing this this race for evolution. There it is, finally. You definitely wanna reach that before you get your first stocks taken, because as we just saw in the last sets, it's a massive loss to get stocks taken and not use them to build towards sublimation.
That was crazy. You see that? That was like 2 lights, and he's still winning with another light string. Trikezer, the bravado on this man. Fully in flow state, he can go in should he choose to. Once this combo drops, can he block the mix-up that Sudrops is hitting him with? No, he does not. He can definitely kill off of this. Doesn't decide to. Because he wants to bet this on evolution, I understand. He could do 2, 3, 4 if he wants to, because Kaien is a 3-touch character unless he knows some different tech.
Alright, we're both going for it. Both going for the evolution, popping it at the same time. We're still gonna see another cutscene before we get to resume gameplay. There it is.
Just testing the waters if he could get more hits before he could kill. We could go ban for ban, we could go Evo for Evo. Now the match can truly start. Nobody's killed. So what are we doing? 3-3-3 as usual, or it'll probably be 3-4-4. It's still 3-touch. But Kaien, with how strong he is neutral based offensively, right in the middle of the screen, What you gonna do when he come for you? Trikezer does decide to take his early kill because he knows better. Now Sudrops is on the back foot, but he can still kill afterwards because Sudrops wants to bet on a soul break. Now Trikezer is the one on the way in.
We saw Trikezer do this previously. I don't know if it's going to work against Sudrops. Sudrops is not the type to get early kills, I don't think. And also, that just built a ton of evolution gauge for him. He might try to pop the white here, get sublimation, and go for a 5-4, you know? So get the soul break with a 5. But if you keep taking damage like this, you're not even going to get the chance to do it. Bro, fight back.
He's not doing it. Oh, he's trying to, and still getting throws. That's the second one. Trikezer has not teched. Bet small on the damage. I think, yeah, sure, he wants to go for 4-5. But that means that he kind of has to lose to win, low-key. But he is in sublimation, so maybe he doesn't on second thought. It's the next white reverse that does it. But this kill is locked in. Trikezer is just betting it all on the early kills.
Trikezer only needs to get him down to 30%. So this could be a tied set if Sudrops gets the next hit. If he doesn't, he's going to start falling behind. But next hit for Sudrops actually gets him the 5 stocks. Goes for DP. Catches him.
Oh,
not enough to kill. Okay, now he's falling behind. This is a level 2. And that's damage.
Walked right into the heavy. Ooh, really sliding with that white reverse. Just getting Sudrops the free punish because of those weird angles he got. Betting it all on the 4-5 just in time too. In Spirit Drive, so it's now a 2-touch for the boy. Getting the new pretty animation. We locked, but all that EX bar that Trikezer has is even better for him because that means his next combo is going to do a lot of damage. Rather than Sudrops, who's kind of struggling to get himself a win. Double flash step tech. You're not stopping that. So he keeps it simple.
That's a big investment in that perfect flash step, though. Like, cost him 2 bars of reverse and cost him the ability to blue reverse out of any combos, which means next touch actually wins for Trikezer. You gotta guess right. There's the flash step. Trikezer scores first in the set, and that's all thanks to that double flash step. That was not a clever use of resources.
Unfortunate selling, but it worked out for Trikezer. Even if it didn't happen, Trikezer probably would have won offensively. Barely even needed throws, but he got one up so far. Also, the fact that that was basically optimal Kaien tech. 2-3-4. There's no need to do any gimmicky strats. Like that one weird thing where we saw Sajin trying to like guard break, get extra stocks, even though you know the tech is like Bankai characters in 2 touches, and then you go full in with the Bankai. But hey, to each their own. Maybe Sudrops learns from his mistake, or he switches back to that Aizen mind control in the future. Because that's what I'm thinking kind of held him back, thinking that you got to be a lot defensive with every character to win and come back at the last second.
By the way, this is a great chance for using your channel points on predictions. No one predicted Trikezer would take that first game. That would be a great chance to win some free channel points if you guys want to bet them right there. Engage with the set a little bit more. But here we go for game 2. How does Sudrops adapt? What do we do here?
We got to play it how Trikezer did. There's no better answer to that. The 2-3-4 is what made him lose, and the 2-3-4 could help him win. He doesn't need to waste time going for soul breaks, knowing how fast he builds to evolution. Look, one combo deep, they barely touched each other, and they're halfway in on evolution because of that privilege. If he just relies on just getting kills early, consistently, because Kaien, you just have to, then Sudrops can definitely get a point on the board. But Trikezer is definitely holding that dream away from him. Back into flow state, he is stabbing the boy.
Definitely has the upper hand right now. They're both tied, kind of, for evolution. So once again, I think they're going to evolve at the same time, which is expected from a mirror match like this. So then what really matters is the health bar and how you want to play this. And for Trikezer, he definitely wants to play this in a way that is get your early kills. And he's going for a quick 2 right now.
Optimal strategy. It never fails, so he's on the road to success. So it's maybe too early to call it, but unless Sudrops gets that early kill now, then he might be switching soon. But he's betting it all on the evolution, which means he definitely thinks that the late game strat could work. Seeing is believing, Sudrops. He goes in with the heavy, gets backdash. Trikezer still got the fundies. He's not letting his op play at all.
He's had to do that a lot with Rangiku. And he didn't have this type of range that he now has. It must feel good. It must feel good after playing Rangiku for so long to have just buttons that reach your opponent when you press them. Must feel nice. And Rangiku is not a character with bad range by any means, but this guy just on a whole other level.
They're just characters with better range. That's all it is.
Okay,
we're both whipping throws. That works, but the one who gets the upper hand is Sudrops. Luckily, the player 1 privilege. He's still going in. He's so far from even going to that 30% deficit because of how well the Trikezer is baiting him into mashing. I'm pretty sure the mind games are strong with this one. The French boy is fully in his head. This is why people believe in Trikezer. The fundies that Rangiku taught him, once again, bleeding onto Kaya.
Yeah, and I guess this is how you know that players are actually reacting to throws. Because you see them whiffing and they go, well, now I'm pressing the throw on reaction to yours. And turns out the person who presses the throw first, not the one that techs, just gets a free punish from that. We see it all the time in this type of high-level gameplay. Going for a bit of a panicky flash step there, but he reaches sublimation, so I guess Sudrops' game plan is the same as last time. He's going for the early 5 stocks, and then going for the quick 4.
They're reliant on that late damage consistently. Hopefully it doesn't sell him this time. The spacing is working out for him. Working for that soul break. The better mash of that heavy out of Trikezer should go in. Fully in his head. Flow state activated for both of them. This is who pulls the trigger first. The one who is Sudrops. This time, close. Flash step extend. Still not enough. It's the next touch that does it. You got one more flash step to go in. Trikezer knows that. Right in the 3. He doesn't waste time at all. That's more stocks for Tri.
Yeah, so Trikezer is going to get the Keycon move as soon as he can every single time. That's his game plan. And right now we're in a similar situation where Keezer is trying to get down to 30%. And Sudrops could be in that same situation if he takes that final little bit of health. But he's struggling to do so. Gets punished? Oh, gets the hit finally.
He's comfortable. Ooh.
I think he kind of sold last time by using the reverse meter to do a double flash step. Even though like it was successful, he didn't get much from it. If I was him, I would save it for healing now or maybe a blue. So I would definitely wouldn't just waste it on flash steps. That's a great backdash.
So a last-ditch escape option would work. He's trying his baiting, he's trying his dodging, but Trikezer is all offensive. You know he's comfortable, and he starts mashing a lot more and starts pressing buttons, knowing he won't challenge. And also, when he was across the stage, he burned SP2 for that long poke, which Sudrops is doing for the combo. Now he's at half health. Doesn't have enough meter to go in again. Actually, will build just enough for it. Flow state for Trikezer, testing the water, blocks heavy tilt. Still hits his, because he's got the range. Extends. He should have the kill here, which he does. Fully Trikezer up 2-0. Fully Trikezer, optimal Kayan play just works. Maybe it might be a character switch.
Our Kayan main's gonna learn. That's not plus. That's not plus. Your tilt is not plus, not even if it's fully charged. You just space characters better against most of the cast, but when you're up against yourself, there's no outspacing yourself, bro. Like, you got the same range. So your opponent can just act first.
You're gonna get poked.
Yes, sir. In like we expected, we're gonna see a character switch, and Tier comes out. It's a top tier festival, ladies and gentlemen. Top tier festival. Let's see what the Tier can do. Sudrops has been playing a lot of Kayan lately, so we'll see how good his Tier is. But this is another top tier that could very well just absolutely destroy Kayan. It's water versus water.
Flow state on flow state. Top tier, meet top 1. Both of them got beaters on their side, but unlike Kayan, who has to activate his with his Sig, Tears, which I'll get into soon, is all off of her offense. I'm very curious to see how this works out with how defensive Sudrops tends to play.
Ooh.
Oh, off rip.
Off rip.
He's not going to benefit off the awakening, but sure, just to be in Trikezer's head, play the mind games.
Okay, a bit soon to be throwing those supers, but there's the guard damage that she is known for. After the minus frames, or the +0 situation, Sudrops just sat there. Could have definitely gone for something a bit more saucy, but instead whiffs a throw. Oh, that's damage. Doesn't finish it this time. Tries to stagger into a throw. That's mix, but did not work out.
Yeah, and her current meter is close to being full. That means she gets more hits. Oh, goodness. Wow, Trikezer nothing but brave.
That should not clash.
Against all your specials. Trikezer just somehow won that situation, and I was even shocked too. Going in, dash attack. Now the full state is full. She gets more hits off her dash attacks, more hits off her tilt. She's just a monster, and that's how she gets most of her damage, and that's how she gets most of her guard meter depletion that nobody likes, because one touch later and another touch later, you're in guard break. Faster than everybody else. What a heavy attack from Trikezer.
Pop your evolution, Trikezer. There you go. She's got the range once the evolution comes through. Her resurrection is the shark, and you can definitely hear the Jaws theme starting to play every time she goes for that guard break. Goes for a throw this time. And the throw whiffs completely. Trikezer is not going to let that slide. Big buttons. What did I just say? Big buttons on this gal.
Oh, just out of range to even land on Kaya in this footsies. His relatively regular dash speed is just enough to get out of range of that heavy attack, which will get him the first stocks. Off rip, Trikezer is on his hot starts, boiling water on that stage. And it's weird to consider that Tier is on the back foot and struggling against the top tier, because she should be like top 3. The exposure on the player matchup may be working out for Kyan Boy, because now it's really hard for two drops to go in. But just as I say that, he does land a throw. He should just go full in, but he's still being cautious.
Yeah, what I do like about Trikezer here, that's a great flash tap. What I do like about Trikezer, though, is that he's challenging the notion that you always got to go for 2 kills, right? You always got to go for the 4-5 or the 5-4 or whatever. But he's challenging this by going for those early kills, going for 3 health bars. But like I said, you know, getting those final 30% down to 0 sometimes requires multiple touches. And with Kyan, he 2 touches you and you're down on 30%. And suddenly, yeah, you're getting 2 touched for 3 stocks or 4 stocks.
His ops could make a comeback, but it's all a matter of will he let you. And should he chooses with how hard it is to get in on him, with how crazy his range is, it's hard to see a tier get exposed like this, and he's still going in. Chain reverse afterwards, trying the full combo. Now I understand why Sudrops does it there. What a flash step. He can still extend off of this, still got the meter because he hadn't burnt it yet. But he does get another 3 though.
Yeah, there's another 3, and now you're down to the last 3. Doesn't matter if you get sublimation or not, that's just for the buff. That said, Tyr is a character that can probably one-touch you. If she gets the soul break here, with enough meter, she can one-touch you. She does need the orange bar, and she doesn't have that. She needs offense for that to happen. There's the soul break, and she's gonna reach Spirit Drive. So this is a character that's very scary in Spirit Drive, because one touch could just end you. But I think until she builds that orange bar back, I don't think she's a threat. So I might be mistaken. That's a big strike back.
Yeah, Spirit Drive could actually hold up to a high regard, because also, if Sudrops does not got these Spirit Drive combos, these extensions Ola Azul, then he could lose the game, follow up,
again,
into another one.
Into yellow.
Now he got the damage for it, he could win off of this. Just as I was about to say, Trikezer got
one.
this. No reverse inside.
You had the meter! Oh my god,
now Trikezer's gonna get blue just now.
Oh, what a sell, bro. What are you talking about? He had the combo. And now, yeah, Trikezer has blue. And so this is one touch away from Trikezer as well. I mean, he could pop the yellow. There it is. The blue. Where's the blue?
He didn't do it. Oh, you must have forgot. He had to.
Insane.
But
That's
on
insane.
the bright side for Sudrops, he gets a point. No 3-0s this side. Thanks to the top tier, he's still in the set.
Yes, sir. The character switch working out, and Sudrops claps back, drops the killing combo, but then Keezer also sells by not blue. You know, it's fair play. It's, you know, sportsmanship. Man just goes, yeah, I know I lost there, so fair enough. Fair enough.
Turnabout is such. Locks back in, believes in the Cayenne. And the thing is, thanks to tier numbers being that damn good, that's exactly how we won off of a Soul Break, and all he needed to do was get an early kill. Spirit Drive was locked in, so the damage is through the roof. All the ingredients of success were on the table for Sudrops, which he definitely cashed in on. But the double sell almost had him slip up. God was definitely on his side for that one. Time to find out how this boy, Trikezer, adapts and not slips up. At the last second, too, he must have forgotten that he had reverse. Testing waters is 2-1. Trikezer is still on match point.
Yes, sir. Do we get the 2-2? Does Trikezer close it out here? Does he go, I see now. I understand. This was what must be done. That was a plus. I think that was a pretty weak dash attack. Unless you go for the heavy,
Reasonable combo.
It is not plus on block. Yep. Flash step extension, mostly for the evolution gauge. But yeah, if you're Trikezer and you're going mostly for the early kills, then I guess like popping white isn't as mandatory because you're not farming that evolution gauge as much.
Yeah, but it's beneficial to think about. You still want your 3 and 4 in the future, so if you don't evolve, then you're still getting your damage. You're still getting your same 3-touch numbers, but it'll still be selling if you don't like evolve at all. So it's better sooner than later. It's just how you play the game. Wow, outspacing with just walking back and hitting the heavy attack button. Trikezer got options on options to base Sudrops here.
Yes, sir. And he also got 2 bars a meter, so he could really be putting Sudrops in that kill range. Evolution on deck. So I guess at this point you go for the evolution and you take the 3 stocks as soon as possible, which you're 1 hit away from getting those first 3 stocks. Unless Tyr can find the meter to evolve herself. If she can evolve herself, then she's going to recover a little bit of health. Might not be a 1-touch anymore. Goes forward, tries to grab, calls the backdash, but even then it wasn't enough. And Trikezer is going to punish that throw attempt. Going to finish this Tyr down, 3 stocks, and she does not build sublimation from any of these 3 that are taken. That's a huge W for Trikezer.
Winnable. Something to note as well, which is why I noticed people like Sudrops and Keezer hold on to their bar, is normally their combos come out like mid to late game, which is basically when somebody gets their first kill, because it's beneficial to just damage faster. Wow. Follow up afterwards with SP2. That was ridiculous. Why does Trikezer consistently win like that? Dash attack? What? Hello? Twice? Can he do it a 3rd time for the 1 time? Close to killing, and he had the meter to extend, but he doesn't bet for it. It's definitely going to come on the late game, this EX bar that he's using. He knew he'd double flash step, so we waited it out. Sudrops just couldn't even find the opening, but it does come out afterwards. Wow. Just back and forth now.
Yeah, got a couple of great hits there, Sudrops, and back into the block string pressure. You shouldn't have gotten hit there, because that is going to give him some free... Oh my god, he's going to get the hit. And he's looking for the guard break, and yes, sir, you're going to get hit by an infinite now. So this is going to be sublimation 2. Oh, it might be the 5. It might be the 5 right here. There's no dodging this. Your guard is not going to come back. Oh, I guess you had white reverse. You could have white or blue. There was some getting out of this, but chose not to. And just like that, 5 stocks. Bro, now things are not looking good for this strategy of taking 3 health bars, because you still need to finish off this health bar from Tyr, and then you need to get to 30%. Meanwhile, Tyr just needs to get you to 30%. Now it's not looking as good of a plan.
Yeah, winnable switch to the side of Sudrops all of a sudden. Off of 1 kill later. It's just better than all the kills. Whoever kills the latest is the one who's probably going to win. It's definitely going to be Tyr if he gets to that 30% range. Trikezer, you just got to fight your way out of this. Still making sure. Now Sudrops realizes he got to go in.
I don't know how bro got the white reverse out of that. He got hit by the throw. But yes, the yellow meter on Tyr is slowly ticking down. You definitely want to keep that active, because next touch kills, you're going to have 2 bars of health. Alright, good guard damage actually.
Maybe if he dashes actually would have whiffed that Cayenne. But the next tilt, the guard damage is not doable. Heavy. Yeah, got a blue. Got a blue.
Good blue.
Escape it immediately. Don't get hit next.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
It is.
Damage on damage. EX.
2-2, baby. No sellage this time. Oh yeah, that's Sudrops. Portugal on top, baby. with the big C.
Okay. We're even. Match point for both of them. The tier is doing damage, so it's gonna possibly be mirror matches on mirror matches if Sudras win this. We're not gonna see a kind at the finals. You can't escape the top three. The crossing fate in these finals consistently. Yeah, it was crazy. All off of a late kill like that, bro. Trikezer. What happened?
Yeah, suddenly his plan didn't look so good, did it? For the triple kills. I mean, it was looking good. I think it really depends on the situation. It's crazy how much the game can change depending on those early moments, which we often consider like, oh, the game doesn't really start until the evolutions pop, but we just saw how much of a difference that made for his 3-kill plan to work versus just not working at all. And he got the early kill before Tyr was able to get her evolution off. So things were looking good, but then suddenly you're in a 2-touch scenario.
Things were looking good until they weren't. There aren't really many ways that Kain can 2-touch without losing, so Trikezer is kind of forced to 3-touch consistently. The Sudra strategy was definitely not the winnable one for Kain, which is why he went tier. It's free 2-touch if you're losing, and the damage, as you were seeing, gets off a Spirit Drive just works. Feeling our process in fundamental neutral footsie range, we're just doing the same thing. Blocks on blocks, nobody getting the advantage. Obviously Trikezer, because the beneficial light attack always lands. Sudrops trying to find his way in. Walking her down is crazy, Trikezer. Why?
So who wins this one, chat? Final prediction for the set. It is Sudrops or it is Trikezer. You guys got 1 minute to vote, because right now, I can't even call it. It's looking so even for now. But obviously, like, Trikezer has a little bit of a lead when it comes to health, and Sudrops going for the reset with the grab there does not work out. Is he going to get the early 2 kills? He's going to go for that plan again. This is exactly what happened last game too, and in the end, it was Sudrops on the winning screen. So, Trikezer believes. We'll see if it works out.
It's more about preventing Tyr from killing him before he gets his second stock, I would say. Because again, you got no choice but to 3-touch. Like, you can't 2-touch without losing, and since he can't get 6 stocks without being like real deep, actually can't at all. So Spirit Drive numbers wouldn't even help him, but it do help Tyr because hey, sure damage go through the roof, especially when he got meter. Late game, Bart just getting spent. Evolution is out. He has to get this kill, or Sudrops will just win. That's the story.
He still has a lot of health, so he's sitting there safe. He's sitting there pretty. Sudrops wants the full kill. He wants the soul break, and we know how long that takes, especially once you reach that final 30%. Guts kicks in. Suddenly your health is debuffed. Your damage is debuffed like crazy. Ooh, it looked like a dash attack, but went for the dash into throw. Does not combo because does not have the yellow bar. Yellow bar comes through. Now punished. That flash step. You only had the one, so you were free to press buttons there, Trikezer. He noticed. That's great awareness.
Heavy on heavy until it works as well. The one who was normally doing the advantageous dash attacks is Trikezer, and he still bets on it, and it finally works out. Next kill. This is definitely winnable for him. Should he prevent this Spirit Drive from happening, but Tyr is definitely going to be in sublimation, so Sudrops can fight into a kill range. He can definitely just do 2 early kills, possibly a soul break should he reach the range. He just needs to make sure he doesn't get touched. Trikezer, oh, got touched. Doesn't have the bar though, so this is just going to hurt moderately. Guard meter going down.
Yeah, but look at the guard meter. That's exactly the thing. Into the EP! Reads, baby. Not a lot of damage from that, though. Like, he doesn't even have sublimation. They trade? That's crazy.
Oh, I thought it worked.
Uh-oh. Baited. Save that meter. Save that reverse. You know. Strong, cold heart. Do not spend that for nothing. That is not the killing touch. You need to build sublimation first. And until that happens, that is not a threat. Pops the white for healing. I don't think this is a bad idea. And that's going to get 1. Is going to get nothing more. He's definitely searching for the soul break. He wants to get the full health bar. Lagota.
Olazul.
Do the throw.
Oh, what's the throw? Yeah. Doable. So it's going to be a 2 combo game. Doesn't spend it. Keep in mind, over 50-meter, full flow state, heavy attack, and a reverse bar. Dreams are definitely doable. Trikezer can win off of this next combo here. This is why reverse. It definitely wants to do it. Double backdash, got the heavy attack. GG's, thank you for coming. Suit drops. Trikezer finally finds himself. He's gonna fight Hilly 2-time. Oh, that's crazy. He didn't lose a single stock too. Yeah, shout out the French boy. We're having friends versus friends.
Well, you're getting a French duel for sure. But that is what happens when you just go for the 2 kills. Sometimes you just end up giving your opponent a perfect, and it doesn't look good. But it wasn't that far off from a win either, if you think about it. Like we see Tyr in Spirit Drive, 1 touch, and she gets the soul break, and we know she has a TOD as well. So it wasn't that unmatched of a game where the lead wasn't that crazy. But Trikezer very much well-deserved for that win. And guys, we are going to go for a quick break where I'm going to try to fix the flags. And after fixing the flags, you guys are in for a show. The main card is going to be Trikezer versus Heliaster. Don't go anywhere.
Bleach me to the dust, let darkness take this over. Unveil the story, death and strawberry, the bravest, the only will to believe. Calling me, the shrieking sorrow, ghosts inside of me, hauntingly hypnotize me, chasing lights into the night, through black and white. This blade right by my side, there's nothing I've left to lose. I owe this life to you.
What you up to? I'm trying to reach you. My plans are tricky, like the black moon. So what's your next move? I gotta be smooth. Don't get behind me, I'll get back at you. Nothing you can think of. This myth can't be solved. This mask you won't peel off. Buckle up or withdraw. Shadows surround and multiply. You won't see I have an alibi. Secrets without a I gotta be smooth. Don't get behind me, I'll get back at you. Nothing you can think of. This myth can't be solved. This mask you won't peel off. Buckle up or withdraw. Shadows surround and multiply. You won't see I have an alibi. Secrets without.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1 to the clock. It's time for the main card. It is Heliaster, your two-time wanted Bleach champion, going up against Trikezer, who just had a perfect run on the ladder, 0 losses, 6 wins, I think, and going up against both Adonine and going up against Sudrops. They had put on an amazing performance, dropping the Rangiku, definitely the right choice for him, as Kai in top tier has showed us positive results over and over. But Jig, you have him winning over Heliaster.
Hilly two-time is definitely in danger of losing his second title defense because Trikezer, no biases, but the community, we kind of raised that boy. To see a Cinderella story for him to walk right into a championship set and take the title would be something akin to a big-time show where the ultimate underdog actually beats the unstoppable juggernaut, which we could see here. Even though it's still money to the French, the story of the people still holds strong.
True that. And we might actually see a new character pick from Helia, not gonna lie. He did say last week, like, yo, sorry for being boring and bringing tier over and over again. I'll try to bring something interesting next week. So we'll see what he brings. I still have the tier as the main pick here. Trikeys are definitely gonna run that Cayenne, but Helia might be bringing a surprise. Let's find out if that is actually the case. Whoop.
Yes, sir. Are we locked into everybody's favorite stage, Hueco Mundo? In the dead of night, we locked champion. Oh, so he really did pick a different top tier. You don't
Look at
expect Eliaster to pick anybody less, but can he play patient with the Nell is what we gotta find out. See if they're gonna defend his new character and his championship title tonight. Championship match, Heliaster versus Trikezer. We locked in.
Dropping the tier for Nell. Was this the right decision? Let's see. Trikezer, I believe we already saw him beating a tier against Sudrops. But we also already saw this matchup, I believe, with Sudrops versus Lunar Resonance. Lunar Resonance was the Nell, and it did not go in Nell's favor. It went Cayenne's favor. So do we have a matchup difference here where Cayenne is just superior? Or is Heliaster going to show us how this matchup is played? These are two top tiers for sure.
Heliaster is just playing how Heliaster plays. No matter which character it is, all you do is go in. The franchise do not know fear. But neither does Trikezer. He really bring his ball to the game and ball out on every court he plays on. And the showing he's had with Cayenne so far, running roughshod through the ladder and running roughshod through qualifiers to become the number one contender and challenge Heliaster right here, he can definitely shut down the fire that is Heliaster. Right into Awakening, the horse is out, so this is the true test to find out if he can shut down the fire that is Heliaster here.
This is something you're going to see through the entire set. Nell is going to evolve first every single game. I'm calling it right now. Because Nell just has that crazy evolution gauge. She just evolves faster than everyone else for some reason. And so Cayenne, even though his evolution gauge goes up very fast, and we just saw it throughout the bracket, he was just outpacing everyone that he faced up against. But Nell is different.
She's built that way. That's just how she is. And she doesn't even need to lose to gain that evolution meter to full either, like everybody else. That top tier privilege is working out for both of them. It's just a matter of how well the players play against each other, in which Heliaster is consistently just shutting down Trikezer's attempt to even flash step. Shut up, PND Rock!
Does that work? Damn, I thought that was gonna whiff for sure. But I guess he had the correct height and he got the damage there from Dondon Chaka. Big Grande Zero, not spending any more resources than he needs to, just going for the 2 bars that are required there. Sometimes you pop a yellow for the big stun, or you go for a delayed vanish to guarantee it lands. But Helios saw the height was good and went for it.
I like that. With that adaptation, Heliaster knows how to lab too. It's forcing Trikezer to play Kaien like you did Mami Rangoku, and that's all a matter of forcing you to make a mistake first. Once you make that accident, you can take full advantage, but that's not what the Trikezer is getting out of Heliaster. Heliaster don't really do that much. Follow up, he doesn't get enough.
Helia's
Maybe
time
if you
wasting.
flash tip
Helia's
extend
time
it.
wasting. Yeah. Helia was time wasting for the sublimation. He wants the 5. He was close. So first he was time wasting for the 3 bars of reverse, and then he was time wasting for the sublimation to pop. And now he can actually play the game that he wants to, which is the game that gets him the 5 kills early. He actually had the kill there. If he was a little bit more aware, maybe that's the fact that he wasn't a Nail main or hasn't been a Nail main for a very long time. But Nail, in case you don't know, that aura count down there, she can do flash attacks and cancel them with a dash. So basically she can just do flash attack, flash attack, flash attack. Each dash is going to spend 1 stock of her aura, which means Helia actually had the kill combo there, but didn't confirm into it quick enough. Still, it worked out in his favor. Gets the 6 stocks right here. Sorry, 5 stocks right here. Only has to go for 4 next, so it doesn't even need to take a full health bar.
Yeah, oh, now he remembers that he has chase stocks. He used it for neutral this time. Had he extended, it would have worked. I thought he was just trying to trick on Trikezer and do, ooh, just out of range, and do a throw reset, potentially, just to
Jesus
see
Christ.
if he's paying attention. But that wasn't the case at all. No chase stocks, so it's going to give Hilly time to charge up, which he's not doing. He really likes to play the game with Nell. Doesn't do what everybody else does, which is backdash all the way, charge up chase stocks, and decide to finally play neutral. Trikezer's not taking that space, but now he does. Doesn't burn. He just wants the soul break here. I think he's reliant on the 5 and 4 because he knows he's losing. Now he has nothing to lose.
Of course,
Winnable.
yeah. We saw Trikezer in previous sets go for the 3 kills, right? Go for the early 3, go for the early 2, and take 3 health bars from the opponents in order to win the game. That's been his approach this entire time. But if you're that far behind, you gotta use the game's comeback mechanics and you gotta go for big stocks. That's just how it is. Even Trikezer is not immune to that. Now, Helia trying to find the space, and like you said, Helia likes to dance a lot. We see him forward and backdashing a ton, trying to bait some options. Goes for the throw. The throw is gonna whiff. And that is big damage for Trikezer. 1 touch away, and this means Helia is going to save that meter for a blue. And that is going to do it right there. He's going to pop the blue immediately, because after that clash, he was definitely going to lose it. Perfect flash
well
stab.
earned from the challenger. Oh, until Heliaster gets brave like that. Why wasn't you paying attention? The answer was Heliaster is now in Trikezer's mind, which I thought was a steel trap. Consistently knowing when Kaiens like to mash, that has to be matchup knowledge and experience. He does get touched afterwards, and Trikezer just wins anyway, because the Kaien numbers added up. 2 touches later, the challenger has to be the first one in Wanted Bleach history to lead the set against the champion.
Bro, good job, Trikezer, getting that set. But play of the game already this early in the first game. That flash tap was insane. I cannot believe that just happened. And I cannot believe there is 100% prediction on Heliaster. No one voted Trikezer, guys. If you have 10 points and you're not voting, that's an easy way to just get some free points, baby. Some free, easy.
About time y'all hit that switch sides button, because now you're seeing the true worth of the challenger. Community raised Cinderella story from this boy we call Trikezer, because Heliaster, you can chalk it up to the fact that he's playing a whole different character, but nah, bro. Trikezer's just strong like that. He could potentially become a new champion tonight if he consistently plays like that. He's got options. It's either 3 touch if I'm winning, 2 touch if I'm losing. The champion's gonna have his work cut out for him.
I do think he had the kill at 2 occasions. 2 occasions he had a kill and didn't confirm fast enough. With Nell, you can step after a flash attack, but if you mash the button, if you mash flash attacks, then she's just going to throw the beam at the end of her string, and that you cannot cancel anymore. So it might be a case of like just not being able to confirm your buttons fast enough. Might be a case of, character inexperience kind of showing here. But I do like his neutral. His neutral does translate a lot from playing other characters like Soifon and Tyr. We see that that dash dance from Helia is still very strong, even though he's showing some unfamiliarity with the character.
Just getting to know the gal. This is first base. They just got to know each other. All that time he spent going for home runs with Soifon and Tyr, getting championships in tournaments and wanted brackets. Now Trikezer's taking advantage of that new knowledge. with the new feeling on Cayenne. It's going to be a 2-3-4 game for the boy. But Heliaster, he loves to play fast. That's why you say that. Ooh, just using the fact that he had evolution to charge up his chase knocks so that he could have it for horsey mode. I like that. He just got gimmicks on gimmicks. The mind on our champion is crazy.
It's safe. It's safe. You just charge as much as you want. If you get touched, you evolve immediately. It's smart. Oh my god. Dash cancel into a dance, trying to bait a throw. Keezer does not bite. And that ends with a little bit more damage on Heliaster's health bar. Boom. Throw him away. Extend with a flash step. That should give him the evolution that he's searching for. So even though Nell got it first, Keezer is not far behind.
Follow-up is here. And I also appreciate how Trikezer is slowly getting accustomed to Heliaster's dash timings. Like he's just feeling when he can swing against her, which was what he was struggling before, which he still won with. Now he's consistently getting those challenges that he was probably looking for that definitely worked against everybody in qualifiers, so probably people in the ladder as well. Now Heliaster is just wondering when does he go back in.
Right there, I guess, and goes for the cancel and baits the throw with a big beam, and that extends the combo freely. And he's going to charge max aura. The hopes here is that he gets one touch into a kill. But Trikezer going for his tried and true method of getting 3 health bars and getting those early kills, early kick on moves at 30%. He needs 4 next. But if Helia gets his way, he's gonna deal 5 stocks, which is gonna put Cayenne in sublimation. So he's able to take the 4 just by getting to 30% health. And he can do it. He can do it pretty quick.
Sublimation numbers means that Nell can definitely 2-touch without a problem. Now Heliaster is remembering that he got those dash attack cancels into the Sarah with the last beam, and just enough to charge up. He just knows all his meters, ranges, and everything, but Trikezer even better knows how to challenge on somebody who's getting a bit too aggressive. It's just back and forth. It's like, you want to mash with heavy, I gotta throw. Go in with another heavy, take a few steps back, bro. Oh, but he goes back in anyway, though.
Ooh. Look at that dance. He's getting a feel for his opponent, and the backdashes are working more and more. Takes a step forward to match the height, and that Zero is actually going to connect, and this is 5 stocks here. Now, Keezer was really, really far ahead. He had a big health lead, and all he needed was to take Heliaster down to 30%. But now look at the health bars. It's not that big of a difference anymore, and both of them are hunting for that 30% range.
This is basically a final round for both of them. Off of 1 kill for Hilly and 2 for Trikezer, there was no avoiding this situation. Sometimes winning is losing and losing is winning, because eventually both people are going to be on an even playing field if you just take 1 kill if you're losing. Follow up. Heavy attack going crazy. It's 1 touch for Trikezer. He could go 2-0 here if he keeps going in. He doesn't. Just patient. How does he decide to take these stocks? Dash attack, blocked. Flash step, no swing.
Blue.
Heavy attack, caught the mark, but he still had meter to do that. Flash attack time? I mean flash step.
Whoa,
He tried it twice.
patience.
Trikezer did not take the bait, which earns him. Definitely earns the challenger his game 2.
The patience on Trikezer. He saw the flash step, didn't punish right away. He was very aware that Helia might go for a second one, maybe even a third with the amount of meter he had left. But as soon as he saw that second flash step, he's like, no. I'm pressing the button right here, punishing that attempt. And this was, in my opinion, a much better game from Heliaster regarding how to play Nell. So I think we've seen an evolution. We saw a lot more dash cancel. So he's just getting comfortable as the matches go on, which means it's going to get harder and harder for Trikezer. I think both players were like a touch away from winning there. That's the situation Helia just put Trikezer on, and he wasn't able to do that in game 1. So we might be seeing a Heliaster that is evolving as time goes.
I won't hold back.
Feeling out the character just as much as he's feeling out his opponent. This is a new character that he probably picked up recently, so of course he's going to feel the... Oh. Now I'm realizing that's English dub. That caught off my whole train of thought. Don't throw me off like that, Kai.
As
We locked back in.
spectating Helia's game. He does play English dub every week.
And I thought you were cultural. I'm joking. Nah, he still got culture. He is winning, though. He did get his 1 touch because aggressive Nell does work. Not a lot of Nels like doing that, you know? Like, the rest of Nels like to play cautious like they play in Gals from Street Fighter because she is a charge character. All bet on those chase stocks to get the majority of her damage. But Heliaster's like, bro, when in doubt, mash it out. You got buttons, press them for a reason. Trikezer realizes that Fundies is over everything. Now that he's in the flow state, he can go fully. What a sidestep! That is adaptation.
The dash in from Keezer, though, is going to catch that guard, but not knowing what to do after that gets blocked, and Helia is punishing that every single time. Big health lead for Helia, and once again, because it's Nell, also has the big lead in evolution. Going to pop the evolution right now. Kyan is not far behind, so it's a very similar game to the two previous ones that we've watched. I take it back. The last game, Kyan actually got 2 stocks before Nell popped their evolution, so it is a better game for Helia than last one.
He could definitely turn this around. Oh, not if he whistles like that. Just enough frame data to get the guard afterwards. He could have got punished in that scenario. Had Helia got hit by Trikezer's heavy, which he still hits him anyway. So now these evolved. He can still do his 3-touch, but that's only... No, he has no choice but to do 3-touch anyway. He's not really a stally type of player. He just goes in once the going... When the in is good to go get. Oh, he almost perfect backdash. Kind of got grace, no, but that's what he was looking for. Heliaster just taking advantage of Trikezer's over-aggression sometimes.
For sure, and right there, the opposite just happened. Big dash in from Heliaster. Trikezer ready to punish that with a button too. But that's a lot of meter on... Yeah, it's a lot of meter on Helia for you to be trying to tech throws like that. Because you never know when... when the big Sarah is gonna come, and Trikezer keeps falling for it. So who knows when? Okay, well, just vertical difference. There you go.
Yeah, the vertically challenged Kyan. There's no way he could have gotten hit at that rate. Literally 7 foot versus 6-1. Why?
Downtown?
Crazy out of Heliaster to mash like that. He's gonna get a soul break eventually after this next combo. White reverses because he wants the sublimation numbers. It's the tech. He knows his mathematics.
Yeah, he's not, trying to get the kill before sublimation. There it is. Sublimation popped. So he will try to get the kill as soon as he can afterwards. I still don't know what Trikezer is going for, but now that he has sublimation, he might be going for the same 2-touch strategy. It might be a bit late to go for the 3-touch, right?
Yeah, definitely. Now, they constantly trade just getting footsies off their heavy attacks. It's like a... far strong, like a low forwards, like anything Ryu does, and that time has gotten Heliaster his kills. That should be 5 gone. Now he's not even forced to do early kills anymore, unless Kyan kills him right now. I think Heliaster could get his game here. He could definitely get his game. He got chase stocks too.
He's gonna whiff that. That's a 2. Goes for the reset. The grab. It gets teched. And big dash in from Trikezer. Finally in red range, but as you can see, he's definitely going for that big, for the big soul break. Now it's Trikezer's turn to bait Helia. And the delayed flash step might just finish it here. Yes, sir. The soul break. They're even right now. Spirit drive on Kyan's side, but taking 5 stocks here from Nell might also put her on Spirit drive. It's pretty close, so yeah, this is 2-touch territory for both characters.
As they put in their sister game, final round. It's all bet onto this, but then the health advantage is with Hilly. But then again, Trikezer definitely has all that reverse to work with, which is definitely going to be used for a blue later. Meter pops into flow state, 2 chase stocks, so it's all about who gets the touch next. There's not really an advantage they could get. Nobody decides to go for throws. Actually opts for the combo damage. He can actually make this work off of 50%. Health deleted on Hilly, which he does get.
Nah, not enough. Not enough. One touch, though. Put him in 1-touch scenario, which is pretty good. Oh. Big hit. Yeah, gonna go into the yellow.
In reverse.
Into.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, that whiffs. That whiffs. It's in combo, so... It's a bit tougher, but the perfect flash step is good. Has level 1. Another cancel. He gets it. He gets it. He still had 1 more stock of his signature gauge. Could still do 1 more cancel. So Helia definitely had the damage, and he claps back. He finally gets on the board. It is 2-1. It took a while, but we got there. We got there. The first Helia win of the day. No hat trick, no 3-0 for Trikezer.
He had the chase stock in the back pocket. Should that not have killed, and it would have worked out for him. And since the blue and the chain reversals actually burned, then Trikezer had no backup options to rely on, nothing. So he had to hold that, which he did. This could be the momentum shift that Heliaster needs as a champion who's being made to look like a challenger with how Trikezer is consistently outspacing him. Trikezer even using Hilly's own strats against him with the whole shake and bake. We like to see that. We could go the full distance, maybe a final game in the future with how Trikezer is playing, because not a lot of people take games off of Hilly like that. Champion down, but he can definitely be on his way back up.
Yeah, and guys, it's never too late to go on the Match Arena and claim some codes. That's the way we reward the players. All the money on Match Arena goes towards the winner of this match right here, and you can donate for free with no money leaving your wallet by just hitting the claim code button. Log in with your Twitch account or whatever you have. It's the best way to say thank you for these matches, to support the show, and make sure these players come back for more next week. So go ahead and claim those codes if you haven't yet, because like Jig said, we could be going the distance, we could be going the whole way. It's not everyone that takes 2 games off of Helia, but it could also be over before you know it. So do not delay, do not procrastinate. Just go ahead and claim those codes right now.
And very do much hit that claim code button for us, and we'll just give you a huge thank you, because the players will be very happy. The players will be extra motivated to come back for future wanteds. We love y'all. Please help us out, help them out. Trust me. And with the big tournament that comes out in the future, just imagine the crazy tech they're gonna come up with and the new characters they're gonna play. Hilly versus Trikezer Game 4. Look at this. Now that they understand each other fully, it's no more all gas, no brakes with it. It's no more full steam ahead with it. It's just nothing but footsies, and Trikezer just being patient against Hilly now, and Hilly is not taking the bait at all.
You're totally right. Like, one of my favorite things about the set is the different approaches that the players are taking. I mean, Healy is playing the traditional game that we've thought is meta up until now, and it still works great, which is wait for sublimation before you get your kills. In case you're very far ahead, go ahead and get your 4 stocks on evolution. But as a general rule of thumb, wait for sublimation, get your 5, get your 4, GG's. Trikezer is challenging that by getting some early kills whenever he's ahead, and it's been working. Both times that he won, he was going for those early kills. And that is a jump scare, bro. You should not be able to grab that quick from that far away. It's crazy.
Try's not afraid to take a stand at any point in time, because normally when Hilly's like feeling comfortable, people just are a bit too cautious. I say the cautiousness is just trying to bait a button. That's what Trikezer does in every matchup that he plays.
And Trikezer just flash step into evolution. Is that what he just did?
He did. He did. He actually did. He just does it. He just see. That's what I mean with like the new strategies that he just does randomly. In every game, it's a new type of Trikezer that comes out.
How is that strategy? What did that do? What was that? For flexing?
It's a flex. That's a stretch. Getting in someone's head. Even you could just do something gimmicky just to say like, bro, I'm still having fun, and there ain't a damn thing you could do to stop me. You see, he's even using the shake and bake, and he still got thrown.
Another big hit, and he's gonna use the Cero? No? Saving it now? Of course, he doesn't have sublimation. What am I talking about? I just talked about Helia's strategy. He doesn't want to get the kill here. He's about to build the 3 bars for white reverse, pops it, and waits for sublimation. This is the time for you to be aggressive, Trikezer, because Helia does not want to kill you. It's free aggression for you. You can go for some like crazy... Okay, not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now you play safe.
Yeah, sublimation kicked in. It's basically doable for Heliaster. Trikezer now decides to be aggressive now when it's too little too late. Oh, got hit anyway on the incoming. Hilly takes his stocks. Wow. Game 2 for him could happen.
It was a matter of time, right? So it was 1 touch away. The 5 stocks were going to happen. All you can do in that situation is get Helia as low as possible, because now you're going to have sublimation. And Helia is not that far from dying. You don't have the resources for it yet, but it is a couple of touches. I want to say, yeah, 1 more touch with a flash step or a yellow, and you definitely tie up the game completely. 4 stocks to 4 stocks, full health on both sides. Well, not full health for you anymore. So the blue is going to come out. Ooh, interesting play here. Now wanting to fall behind, pops the blue instead of saving it for a sure death situation.
I think he trusts if he keeps going in, he'll have another chance to blue in the near future as well. Wow, just enough to kill there. It's the same 5 and 4 strategy that Nell's doing once she kicks into sublimation. And like I said before, this is what Kyan loves to do, right? This is what Trikezer loves to do. Whenever he's losing, it's 2 touch. Whenever he's winning, it's 3 touch. There is no in between. There is no stalling like Hilly likes to do. It's either all or nothing, and he never wastes time with it. Full flow state goes into a full combo. Spirit drive not enough to get it, but the throw afterwards will continue his offense.
Yeah, it wasn't enough to get it specifically because he doesn't have Spirit Drive. Like, Kyan's damage is not what we're used to seeing on this final health bar because he hasn't built that Spirit Drive yet. Helia does, so his damage will be out of this world and is maybe going for some baits here. Going for the grab. The grab is, unfortunately for him, going to whiff, and that is going to be enough. Trikezer gets the hit. I don't think Helia was expecting this to kill because Helia actually had blue and didn't pop it.
Must have forgotten last second. It's normally Hilly who realizes, like, the moment the reverse is over 2 or the moment the awakening kicks in, that he can actually do certain options. Like when he holds Keycon just when it graces that 30% mark, but that was a rare off moment for him. Maybe he switches characters unless he can fully believe in the Nell, but we know the multitude of characters he does play. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, called it perfectly. Look at that. Look at that.
In order to fight me.
We're back to tier.
We are back.
If it ain't
to
broke, don't fix
tier.
it.
Starting 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we're on the main
And Nell
card right now.
Nell wasn't broken. She just was incomplete for Hilly, I'd say.
Yeah, I think a little bit more practice, and you definitely can pull it off with this character. But it's a top tier festival out here. Only Bankai Ichigo is missing, really, because we got everyone else.
Yay!
We got the Nell, we got the tier, and we got the Kaien. We got them all.
With the puppy dog eyes. Let's go.
Let me know, guys. Shorty is slinting you. Make it look like Asian persuasion. She's mean mugging you. What you talking about, bro? All
Okay,
right.
number 5, Helios or Trikezer chat. What do you think? Let us know your predictions right now. Trikezer could put himself in a really good spot here. Because 1 win means you get, what, 4 match points? That's the best possible scenario.
I don't even know what match points by, but that get those match points, y'all, and those match points better be on the side of the challenger. You see his worth. 2 games away and he's the new champion. Why wouldn't you want to bet on him? Look at this. Welcome back, tier. Now the crazy guard damage can come in. But thanks to the match that Trikezer had to fight the number 1 contenders, he's basically warmed up against Halibels. He definitely knows the gimmicks. He definitely knows how to outplay. But Hilly is a different kind of Halibel. Wow. Punish on the backdash with a heavy attack.
And I think that quality comes from actually just don't make stuff up. This character is strong, so whenever you can, go for the full string, and then you mix up. I think when we saw Sudrops play tier, he was interrupting the string halfway through to go for mix-up, and often was getting like throw whiffs and throws getting punished, and this is huge, by the way. 2 stocks here. Trikezer loves to get these early kills, and Tier does not have her evolution yet, so that's why he goes for that early kill right there. He goes for 2, then 3, then 4. I think we've seen him do this before against Nell, but it's now even more powerful because Tier does not get evolution as fast as Nell, so if he can get those kills often, he's definitely going to take those chances.
Yeah, and definitely if he gets the next touch, he'll definitely have more advances. He hasn't popped evolution yet because he's definitely willing down the guard gauge. Strange enough, I'm surprised he didn't do it earlier. He could have done it way earlier, but I guess we could do it now. I think he thinks it's going to be active enough for an infinite. Only time will tell if he hits this. This is going to be a first time experience, though.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I don't know, man. That guard break was great, but you're not going to take advantage of any of it. Still gets the hit here and gets to reset him into another guard break situation. And interrupting here, going for the mix. But there you go. You got to get that final, like the final hit, the tilt, the flurry. That's what really buffs your orange bar. And that's what keeps that bar
Like that.
up. I think Sudrops was not good enough at keeping that bar up, managing that resource. And Helia just like every chance he gets, you're going to see that because that just gives him so much guard potential. Resets,
Mostly,
guard break.
Oh, wow,
guaranteed.
wow, he can get it. Yeah, now he can cash out on his damage. It's mostly because Hilly and Sudrops are two different playstyles on a very different spectrum. Hilly loves to cash out on his damage and be overly offensive, and Hilly might stall enough to get sublimation if you got
White
the extension
reverse,
for
white
it.
reverse,
He might
white
back
reverse.
off. Oh, DP in
is
his
good,
face.
too.
That works. Definitely got the bar for it, so now he decides to white reverse with enough space. What's sold? Oh, got the hit. He can definitely cash on this damage. Goes for flow state. What sold Hilly earlier was the fact that because he went for guard break and then evolution, the space they had in between each other gave Trikezer enough knowledge to know you're not going to get in on me, which he definitely took advantage of. Back into flow state. Hilly is just trying to find a perfect opportunity to go in, which he does find with the light. Dash attack, go back in.
Oh,
we
we
tilt.
got hits.
Yep.
Did he try to maybe try to DP there?
Yeah.
Which would
No,
not
no,
be a
no,
bad
actually,
option.
The
But
flash
his-
didn't happen. He wouldn't
His
miss
guard,
stuff like that.
his guard is so low right now. He's looking for the tilt. Oh, the dash attack. That's not going to pay off. That's going to be 5 stocks for Healy. And suddenly your plan to take 3 health bars is looking pretty bad. Because if you stayed ahead in the game, sure, that would work. But now you can't just kill Healy with 1 touch. Okay, never mind. We're in the same spot. We're absolutely
Kind of lost
tied.
situation.
We're absolutely tied once again.
Is how all these games have
Except
gone
there's
consistent.
timeout advantage for Trikezer, so that's not bad. But the timer is far from being over.
They're both in Spirit Drive, so it's basically one touch both of them. They got the damage to pull it off. Trikezer, show it off right now. All that meter, spend it. 50% overtly will go. He decides to play it safe because Hilly had reverse. Very smart. Dash attack wasn't blocking. Now it's Hilly's turn to cash in. Why did he drop it like that? He wants the guard meter to go
He didn't have the
bye-bye.
orange. He didn't have the orange bar. So that only combos if there's orange bar. And that's why he dropped it. He had to. Yeah, he wasn't able to keep it up.
But the screen flash would give Trikezer enough time to think about doing a perfect flash step, but now he lost his guard because of it.
You gotta break this.
Do the infinite.
Good
full
white.
beat meter. Wow, just enough space. Go back in. Whiffs the heavy. This could kill. This could kill. 50% Ola Azul inbound. Reset him. Boom.
Yep.
Iliaster, chain reverse, just a flex. Why do you have to do it to him like that?
Oh, he had
Why?
to. He had
It's
to
over.
actually chain reverse. He had to do it. The healing from white reverse was actually denying the kill from Helia. He needed to
yeah.
pop the yellow. Otherwise, it would not
That
kill.
was actually really smart.
Yeah. Helia optimizing, getting the kill, getting back in this set. Trikezer, if you want to take this wanted championship, if you want to take the title, you're going to have to get past Heliaster's tier, the character that got him this far.
And you can't really fall back on Rengoku because kind of is the strongest character. It's kind of a surviving tier, outspacing tier, stopping tier from getting guard breaks in you, but that's easier said than done. And that's not even easy at all. He got this, 2 more games. It's crazy. Timo Ichigo seems to be struggling. Patience, trader. Relax on that comment. We locked. Trikezer can still make it back into this. It's just a matter of getting used to tier all over again. Punishing aggression is something that Trikezer is definitely good at. He never really falters on it. It's just that Hilly knows how to dial it back. Even with that last combo he did, showing adaptation to know that white reverse keeps people alive for long periods of time like that. They gotta pour water on this demon. He can stay on his P's and Q's and make it happen.
I think
3-2,
water is something we
Trikezer
definitely have in abundance in this matchup. We have a ton of it for sure. But you're right, yeah, it's all about awareness, right? Awareness of all sides of the game, not just aware of your own combos and what you can do, but what's the opponent's health bar looking like? I mean, their health is coming back thanks to white. Is this combo going to be enough? I mean, I have the resources, so it's being aware of all corners of the screen, all the bars that are present, and Bleach has a lot of bars. And being aware of all that is what got Helia the win there. Optimizing the combo to get the victory and get back in the sets. It is still 3-2. Ahead is still Trikezer. So do not slip on the boy who might actually get an early kill here if he doesn't change his mind. Yes, sir. He stays on course, stays with his same strategy, going in for the early 2 before tier is even able to evolve.
Just because he got that one touch, he's on the road to match point, on the road to championship point. And unlike other people where it's like denying people reverse, denying people like not even EX in certain ranges, denying people the chance to soul break you first, it's just Trikezer needs to prevent Hilly from killing him at all costs. Because that means if he gets 2 touches, then the strategy has worked. If he doesn't, then he's forced to be on the back foot, and then Hilly 2 touches him, and that's basically null and void. Slow state could definitely make that work, but not whiffing like that, unfortunately. Hilly still goes in, heavy tilt, because he wants to whittle down that guard gauge. No! He
Didn't
made
go
that
for the
look
flurry.
safe for full lights.
Yeah, didn't go for that flurry this time, which would have put him in the orange bar. And I definitely want to be there with Tyr, because your normals become enhanced, and she's able to combo after her spiritual pressure move 1. She can extend just like that, and a lot of her damage comes from that. Still doesn't have the orange right now, so it's Kayan's turn. Oh, gets the hit there.
What is that? Ooh-wee. Oh, it's still Hilly's turn. Mashing just works out for him. Time for guard pressure. Big pressure, it arrives, but big reversals, even better. Trikezer. Lights on lights, heavies in space. It's just who mashes first. Finally actually does a heavy tilt this time to actually poke Hilly out.
Big strike back, and second quick kill here from Trikezer. The quick kills are working in his favor this time, because Hylia has yet to whittle down that first health bar. Look at the health bar on Trikezer. He's barely touched it.
Yup. Look at him. He's kind of cooking Hilly. That's crazy. Wow, 1 touch. Time for the combo damage to go in. Doesn't have reverse, so he has to just bet on this. So it's now 2 touches on the health bar, that is, and he can win. But he's forced to do a soul break because he's nowhere close to sublimation. He could do
Neither
get
is
white.
Hylia.
You
That's
get
the
that?
crazy part. Like, Hylia just lost 5 stocks and is not on sublimation yet. I mean, Hylia is close to being there. But of course, like, by the time you get to sublimation, okay, you still need to get a soul break now. Like, this is Trikezer's game to lose right now.
But he's close to it. It's still not. It's not over till he says it's over. Got reverse. And close to it. He's definitely going to burn that white reverse. He has no choice to do it. Can't take this. No extension.
The reason
Still
why
in
he's
flow
holding
state,
on to
Hilly.
it is because he's scared of the final touch. So he's holding on to it for a blue. For sure, for sure. Like, he could have popped it earlier to get the sublimation sooner, but didn't see the point in that. And right now, Trikezer is not far from a touch that actually kills you. And there it is. There's the blue reverse. Hylia knew this would happen, and he saved it for this occasion. Plus, sublimation is now on Trikezer's side, so he doesn't even need the soul break anymore. This is any touch wins.
Any Kikon could do it for Keezer here. The throw will land. Extension from Heliaster still going in. He can stay in this, but it's very hard to say this is doable. Guard meter down. Infinite. This is what starts it. Oh, not even close. The fall will do because he'll still block. My
Guard
goodness.
break or hits. Yeah, guard break or hit is what you're playing right now. I would get guard broken, honestly, because then there's the whole Kikon move animation, and you recover, and you still only need to get 1 touch on Heliaster in order to win, and you have a whole health bar to do it. But this is Tyr, and she has the health, and you don't have a blue reverse. She can actually hit you with a touch of death. It might be 1 touch either way.
Spirit Drive. Raw Kikon might work, but it's just Try just needs 1 touch, and so does Hilly, but Hilly just needs to not drop his. Try is building on the way to blue, so he can actually make it 2 touch for Hilly. If he doesn't get touched right now, is this the start of it? Close to 100 blocked. He wants a guard break again. Can he DP out of this? No, he doesn't.
No,
Keeps his
that
space.
is pretty true. But after the whole Azul, you kind of return to neutral. Kind of the same thing about the flurry. After the flurry, you both return to neutral. It's +0, so you could both mash if you want, and you're gonna clash. But oof, that's a big button.
close to
Doesn't
get
have the
punished.
meter to finish it, so gonna go for a reset here. And it's crazy how long we've gone, and Trikezer has not been able to get a single touch on Hylia. Hylia is just playing perfect right now.
A bit afraid because he knows he's afraid of that 1 touch damage, both in Spirit Drive. But then it's weird because he can actually kill, but so can Hilly. The health bars is what's selling you. Is this what does it? Red
It might
chain
be.
extend.
He's got 2 Gotas. He's got 1.
Uh-oh.
He's got 2.
3-3 coming in.
And
3-3
here
coming in.
comes Hylia, tying up the set. It is 3-3. Keezer was not able to touch him at all during this last health bar. What a comeback from Heliaster.
Ridiculous. He really is goated like that. Do not doubt the franchise whatsoever. Holding that championship belt with an iron grip. He's not letting Goldie go to Trikezer's side whatsoever. He just need to go back to tier. He basically fell back on tier, and tier is basically getting him numbers. I don't think Trikezer is taking a game off of Heliaster's Halibel.
Not yet, no, not yet. This was the closest he ever got to. Who pulls ahead now is the big question, because we're fully tied up. So is it going to be Helia pulling ahead with the 4 and getting the first match point, the first set point of the day? Or is it going to be Trikezer actually defeating the tier for the very first time? Predictions are up, and guys, that set has to deserve your claim codes. So go ahead into the match arena and claim those codes, folks, if you haven't yet, because that was a 6 set. Do not leave those codes unclaimed. Let's get these players some bag. Let's get them their McDonald's. Let's at least match last week's prize pool, which was $16, and we can get there without anyone putting money in. You just need to go into the match arena and claim codes. That's it.
Y'all know it's worth your free contributions. Are you not entertained? Look at this, 3-3. All bet on the top 3 character, and now they're fighting for their freaking lives out here. Contribute, hit those claim codes, and definitely you will feel like it was worth it. And you didn't even have to drop a dime. I will continue to remind you. 3-3. Same thing, same story. Trikezer is normally the one who gets the first kill, and because Kyan numbers, Trikezer is the one who normally gets evolution first. It's a close race, but we know how this normally goes. But if Hilly actually gets evolution by some godforsaken way, then I think he'll be the one to reach championship point first and retain for Hilly 3 times.
Yes, sir. And that's a pretty good start for Healy this time around. I believe he is going to get that evolution before Keezer is able to take any stocks, which is an improvement over the last 2 sets. Definitely puts a kink in Keezer's plan to take those first early stocks. He does evolve first. So if he does get those early stocks, it's going to be 3 this time around.
For sure.
3 means you don't need
figure out how to get
sublimation to
in.
finish it. You can just get 3-3-3 if you want to.
Oh yeah. It's just the same strat. 2-3-4, 3-3-3, 3-touch game for Cayenne if he gets this kill, because Hilly's life is always lower. Hilly really is struggling in this early game, but he can struggle on purpose and it'll still work out for him. It's kind of like he's getting hit on purpose. Whittling down the guard gauge, I think he's not attempting the strat, he's learning. He just whittles it down to half and figures out how he can touch Trikezer again after this neutral situation is reset. But he can't give him too much space, or all that guard meter will be lost to the ether.
Yeah, but I agree with that. Like, just put him in a tough situation before you pop your evolution. So now you're both evolved, and you're playing with bigger normals, and he's got half of his guard gauge. That is close to the first kill, and we would have figured out if Trikezer is going. I mean, we're going to figure it out now. Is Trikezer going for the long game? No, he's going to go for the 2 kills this time. I guess because he wasn't able to get that first kill quick enough before Helia's evolution. He's changed his approach, and he's now going for maybe the 5 stocks versus the 2. He's very close to sublimation, so I do not disagree with this move at all. He's so far ahead of Helia when it comes to evolution. The white...
He's actually committing to the Hilly strat. Now he's in sublimation to do extra damage. Extra numbers, even though it's still 3 touch. Unless he's just betting it to just take the lives lost. Actually, he might be, even though he doesn't have reverse to burnt. Now he's going to be in Spirit Drive, extra numbers for the boy. I think he might be betting for the 2 touch the way Hilly's been doing him. This is actually a very good mind game that Trikezer is adapting. You don't see it on the stage, but you do see it in the HUD.
I would definitely study this game again, because the way Trikezer got sublimation so quick must be studied. Man got up there so freaking fast. Now, obviously, like, he's on Spirit Drive because he took a ton of damage, took a ton of Keycon moves. But up to that point, he got the sublimation without losing a lot of health, without losing any stocks at all. That said, it's not looking good for your boy. Another guard break is happening, and this could be
3?
GG. You don't have blue yet. There's the white. You can pop it on the next wake up if you want. But Helia going for a true combo, forcing the blue out of you. You're gonna need to blue on
Nice
this
shot.
next hit. Not yet, actually. The reset. Now
Reset.
you need to.
Oh,
You need
gross.
to.
He has no
Blue,
choice. It's
bro,
too late for
blue.
Trikezer. Didn't get the chance to blue at all. He thought he'd have the opportunity, but Hilly has to with this sneaky reset. One step ahead always to put Hilly 2-time on his way to being Hilly 3-time. Now that he's on championship point. Trikezer looking out of sorts.
You can't blue on guard break, says chat. I challenge that because I've done it.
What?
On those resets, you can definitely blue, bro. And he got
Like
hella
when you're in the
reset
guard break
there.
station pants? What you mean?
I did blue on the guard break against the tier. It was when
Bro
I
had
was
to,
flipping.
bro.
I didn't get white, I got blue, so you can definitely blue. This is it. This is it.
This is it indeed.
It could be Helia wins, or it could be the 4-4. What do you think, chat? This could be the final prediction. Maybe it's time to go all in with your channel points, but it's definitely time to go all in with... I did a reset so he can't blue. Well, he can white. But...
Unfortunate, but it's time to go all in
if
on
he's
the
mashing the
Franco
button,
skills.
it doesn't matter what color. It just gets him out of the combo. Here we go.
Yeah, it's
Could
first.
be the final game. So, guys, make sure to claim those codes or donate to the prize pool. It's been a hype wanted so far. Would love to see the winning player, whether it's Helia or Trikezer, leave here with a bigger pot.
Money to the French, yeah? Cherche l'argent. Going back in. Wow. Heliaster now playing aggressive. It's not every day that you see him lead the early game that hot. Clearly he wants that money that you guys can contribute your claim codes for so that he can cash out in full. And we have a retention. Unless you put your predictions the other way. I'm gonna have to see, chat, if you actually believe in Trikezer, because maybe the tier just shut that dream down instantly.
I did ask 4-4. The predictions do favor the no for now. Yeah, they favor the no heavily. So people believing in the current champion in Heliaster. Trikezer still hasn't taken a game off of the tier. The tier remains Helia's uncontested main character. Tried the Nell for a bit and, you know, put on a good showing. Those were some close games. But alas, couldn't get a W. And decided to switch over to the tier. To keep his title, to keep his bag, and to keep that wanted streak.
You wish he could keep that off pick to show that he can play any character and win, but alas, tier was calling. And when top 1 says it's time to make the money, you don't want the money to make you. Hilly answers that. Speed dial on the iPhone. Now look at him, shimmying, going crazy. Now that he realizes that he's on championship point, he doesn't have to waste time doing any patient gimmicks. Try has to come to him. He has time to waste with this. Soul Break should be coming in with the bar that he has. Ola Azul, Infinite go in. Might not even have the chance to spend it. Should this
No,
kill, which
doesn't
it
need
does
it to.
just in time.
Does not need it. And this time, though, Helia, for the first time, does not go for the 5. He goes for the 4. He doesn't have Sublimation yet. So this is going to be 4, and he's going to go for another Soul Break on Sublimation. Changing his strategy a little bit, just because Helia is so far ahead. I mean, hasn't been touched yet. That's the first hit from Trikezer on Helia. How crazy is that?
Very different from all the previous games we had in this championship set. But he'd look absolutely crazy if he could make the comeback. Just the tip of that dash attack could be the start of it. 2 touches, and thanks to Sublimation damage, he just needs one more to possibly do another one. Had to. Oh, we blew. I thought he didn't white. Okay, whatever. We're locked back with the reverse flash step because he just wants to keep his pressure up. Big pressure does arrive, making sure that the current bar does flow down. Doesn't have to be too aggressive, giving it a second chance to go in, and now Kyan has to be the one to be aggressive. It's not working.
Tries to reset, goes up, and that is going to be a guard break. Oh, just a pixel away. Yeah, tried to snipe him from afar. Sometimes players block that on reaction. Blocking there would be the wrong decision, and there's no getting away from this. Is this going to be enough to kill? He doesn't have the meter, so this is just pure unfiltered damage. This is the guard break infinite, folks. It might be enough. I know. I think guard is going to come back. Guard is going to come back, so you're going to need to go
That will mean nothing.
for a true combo.
Look at
now.
this.
Ooh,
Burn it.
blue.
He didn't even burn SP early. I thought he would. Just to get the extra damage, but I guess he thought the scaling wouldn't cash out for him. This
The
is
SP
his
was
last
coming
chance.
later for
Trikezer.
sure. Oh,
Got him. GG's. Oh, what? No, it's not. No, now it is. Now it is. GG's. Hilly 3-time has arrived. I don't even need to
Three.
flex the boy in French to tell you that this guy is a franchise for a goddamn reason. Thank you for a great showing in the community effort that you showed Trikezer. This close to greatness and shutting down Hilly's reign. But the champion retains.
Why do we have an L clip? why, why do we have an L clip? Because that was a genius play. I remember that. Yep. And the real replay is coming later.
Step?
Yeah, the double flash step. That was really, really awesome. Unfortunately, the winning clip is going to get interrupted because this is hands-free. This is hands-free. There you go. Well, this is wanted. It wouldn't be wanted without a scuffed production. You guys know it. Healy Esser is your champion. Guys, last chance. All right, let's just